Hey guys, and welcome back to the CTSC Perspective, and in today's video it is a match preview for Cheltenham Town's FA Cup fixture against Crewe Alexandra this Saturday. Okay, so Cheltenham are in really good form, just getting off the back of a 3-0 win and a very unfortunate 1-1 draw in the midweek thanks to a 95th minute equaliser. Now, if we take away that equaliser, we are on league winning form. That would put us top of the table or joint top of the table with Newport, obviously depending on their game in hand. They would still have been top most likely, but we've been up there. Now we are just slightly off thanks to that unfortunate goal. But if we think about it, I know obviously this is the cup, this is not the league, but form applies. We're in really good form. Therefore, we should be favourites for this fixture. But just quickly before we get into this video, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel and smashing that like button, it would mean the world to us. Really trying to get the channel to grow as we're coming back. And hopefully, this is linking on to the next point, vlogs will be back soon. So, depending on what tier of lockdown your area is in, it depends how many fans. I believe if it's tier 3, you're not allowed any at all. But if you're in tier 2, you're allowed 2,000 fans. And obviously tier 1 more. But Cheltenham Town find themselves in tier 2, meaning up to 2,000 of you Robins can find yourselves into the stadiums when we have our home game soon. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be able to get into there and make some vlogs like we love to make on this channel. It's really big news for us and obviously for you guys too. We thought we wouldn't be able to go to football for a very long time. Obviously there was that thing a few months back saying, oh, we can be back in stadiums, and then the lockdown, and now a lockdown ending in a matter of days, a week. And then just like that, fans and outfield stadiums should be back on the cards, and we just, like we said earlier, we cannot wait to be back for you guys. And just another point before we get into this video, I obviously do not want to ruin the mood of this video, but it has to be said, rest in peace Maradona. Sadly, obviously as I was not old enough, I was never able to see him play, but from the videos and everything I've seen, he is a true great of the game. And as anyone that I've spoke to about him, yeah, he was probably the best that there ever was in football. And yeah, it's sad to lose him at such a young age, but rest in peace Maradona, and let's get into the video. It's quite hard to segue on from something like that, but we've got to get through it. So, moving on to our opposition, Crewe Alexandra. So, they find themselves in a bit of a sticky situation in the league. Their form is as follows: a 1-0 loss to Gillingham, a 2-0 win against Peterborough United, a 2-0 win again, this time away from home against Oxford United. They then sadly followed that up with a 4-1 loss to Portsmouth, and then most recently a 1-0 loss to Accrington Stanley thanks to a Colby Bishop goal. They've played 14 games this season, and likewise they find themselves in 14th place with 5 wins, 1 draw and 8 losses, meaning they have found themselves on 16 points. They have a -1 goal difference, with them averaging a 0.9 XG ratio per 90 and them conceding just roughly 1 goal per game. But you also have to take in consideration their last cup game. This is where they beat Bolton 3-2. They actually went 3-1 up thanks to a Kirk goal. Bolton did manage to pull one back, but it wasn't enough, and Crewe Alexandra managed to keep all 3 points. Now, the reason why you have to take the cup into consideration is, as well, obviously the league games are the most recent form. It is the magic of the FA Cup. Anything can happen in the FA Cup, as you've seen in pretty much every single season down the line. And my player to watch for Crewe Alexandra would have to be Charlie Kirk. The midfielder slash winger has played 1 game in the cup and obviously picked himself up a goal, the winner in last match, as I explained. As well as that, this season he has played every single game for Crewe in the league and picked himself up 2 goals and 2 assists. Now, that might not be a record-breaking stats, but he's also just a big player in the team build-up and the all-round just atmosphere on the pitch. So, from what I know about him, and I actually quite respect him as a player, I think he could do big things against Cheltenham, and we have to keep our heads on defensively and in the midfield to make sure that he doesn't get that second goal in the second FA Cup game. Now moving on to the mighty Cheltenham Town. Now the Robins find themselves in a much better bit of form, I think you'll find. After that 2-1 win against Forest Green, this is how their form looks. So they had sadly a loss 2-1 to Oldham Athletic, then bounced back with a 2-1 win against Carlisle United. Most recently the 3-0 win against Walsall, and then in the midweek, sadly, like I said, that 1-1 draw of Cambridge United where we conceded in the dying moments. But that is still only one loss in the last 5 games, and it's really good form, finding himself in second position on 26 points with a positive 10 goal difference and only 3 points off top of the table Newport County. It was all looking bright in Cheltenham's last cup game as well, as they beat South Shields 3-1 with Alfie May at the double and Liam Sercombe netting the third, giving us that 3-1 victory and qualification into the next round where we find ourselves this weekend. And for the player to watch for Cheltenham Town, I'm going to have to go with Matty Blair. In that last round of the Cup, he picked himself up 2 assists, which is very good for his only Cup game, as well as in the league so far. He's played 12 out of 14 of Cheltenham's games and got himself 1 goal and 1 assist, which from the fullback position is pretty decent. As well as this, he has 75% passing accuracy, which from the fullback position, which can be very risky. Passes, crosses into the box, passes maybe to the front post. It's very good to have a wing-back with decent pass accuracy, because it means the player that's doing the risky balls is doing the risky balls correctly. And as always, the penultimate section of this video is the bookies odds. And as you can see down here, Cheltenham have a 21-10 chance of getting the win, whereas a draw is 12-5. And for Crewe Alexandra to pick up the victory, it is a 5-4 odds. And now the final section of the video. This is where the tension rises, and this is where I have to say confidently and competently what I think the final score in Cheltenham Town versus Crewe Alexandra's Cup game this weekend will be. So, I've been thinking through it, and I think there will be a penalty. I can see Connor Thomas stepping up to it and slotting it home. I also think that Crewe will get a few chances. I know they've had a pretty wobbly bit of form, but like I said, the magic of the Cup, anything can happen. But I think our keeper will keep a clean sheet, and I think the final score will be, thanks to a 85th minute comfortable slot it home, a bit like we did in the first round of the playoffs, but we don't talk about that second round. I think the score in Cheltenham Town's game will end up Cheltenham 2, Crewe Alexandra 0. I know obviously this is quite shaky to say, considering we took the lead for so long in that match midweek and we sadly bottled it at the very, very last moment. But, you know, you got to be confident as a football fan. Anything can happen. And I think we'll keep our heads on tight, control players like Kirk and all the danger men for Crewe. And I think we'll be sensible with it. Have the right mindset to the game and progress into the next round of the Cup, where hopefully we play a reasonable leveled opponent. That is about it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It would mean the world to us if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel, and smashing the notification bell so you know when a video goes live. If you have any questions or queries, if you wouldn't mind dropping them into the comment section, and I'll try to reply to all of them. All of your support is appreciated. 2 videos like this will be on screen very shortly, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.